Hello and welcome to Chesapeake Weekly Home Edition. Well, Chesapeake Public Libraries have done an incredible job over the past year adjusting to the many changes that came throughout the pandemic. Now their doors are back open to the public. So I wanted to get an idea for what all the public libraries are offering us these days. I got to speak with Amanda Jackson, the director of all the libraries, just the other day. And here's what she had to say was going on these days at the library. Exciting stuff finally starting to happen again at Chesapeake Public Libraries. You guys have done such an incredible job over the past year adjusting to all the pandemic rules, but we can come back in. I walked into one of the branches yesterday. So tell me what the latest is with the libraries.
We are very excited to have people back in. It just feels so much better. Like as I think I've said before, there's nothing sadder than a library that doesn't have people in it. So it's been wonderful to see kids running around and people coming to get books and people using our computers. So we are open at all 7 of our locations. We are actually open earlier than we were open before. So we start opening at 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, it's 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. Fridays, it's 9 a.m. till 6. Saturdays 9 to 6, and Sundays 12 to 6. So you can come in and you can browse books, DVDs, CDs, all that wonderful stuff. You can use our computers, and it's nice to see people again.
So, okay, let's look ahead a little bit. What do we have coming up over the next few months? You guys going to be able to do any events, any programs that we can get active with?
So yeah, now that the weather is getting so much nicer, all of us are starting to think about summer. We can feel it.
Yes.
We feel that positivity of knowing that our COVID numbers are going down, the vaccinations are going up, and we're starting to be able to dream a little bit, which is really exciting.
Yes.
And summer reading is always a big part of what we do. So we have been intensely planning for summer reading. We're not doing any programs in April or May, but in June, you can anticipate seeing some really exciting things for us for summer reading. We know that this summer may be one of the most important summers we have faced as a community because so many kids have struggled with online learning. And we don't want kids to fall through the cracks. We want to make sure that we keep learning, we keep growing, we keep literacy in the front of their minds, but we make it fun. I had a coworker of mine used to describe us as the fun aunts. So we're like the fun aunts who get to do all the fun, the cool stuff. So I always think about that when I think about summer reading, because our job is just to make reading fun. We're going to be working with Parks and Recreation and partnerships. We've got a lot of different things we're going to be doing with them, some family nights. We are also going to have a lot of surprises when you come to your libraries this summer. So you never know what we might be up to when you come in. And we think that'll be a really great way to encourage people to read over the summer, that you're going to probably interact with reading in an entirely new way.
Now, Amanda also mentioned a really cool program. So listen up if you've got kids under the age of 5. Dolly Parton's program called Imagination Library is really cool. All you have to do is sign up for it for your kids under the age of 5, and they will mail books to your house for your kids. It's all part of Dolly's mission to get kids reading. So really cool. Just go to imaginationlibrary.com to sign up. The Chesapeake Public Library Foundation is the local sponsor for that program. And then you can learn more just about the libraries in general at chesapeakelibrary.org. Well, the Master Gardener's annual plant sale is back, live and in action. April 23rd and 24th, you can go and see, smell, touch, feel those plants before you pick them up. You might remember last year they did a kind of a modified virtual sale, and this year they're back live. Now, in order to give them some more space, they have changed locations. All right, they moved over to the Central Library parking lot, so be aware of that. So we caught up with Mike Andruczyk with the Master Gardeners to learn more about that location change and more about the sale.
More space. Just we can put tents out, we can space things out so people aren't tripping over one another. We can space plants out so you can find things a little bit more easily. Just a nicer traffic pattern too, so that you can pull up, park easier, pull up and load easier. And yeah, it's just a little bit closer if someone needed the bathroom, that kind of thing. Water's accessible, easier to set up tents without trees in some of the areas anyway. We pride ourselves in trying to provide new things, different things out there that are good. We have a lot of native plants, we have annuals, we have perennials, we have shrubs, trees, vines, house plants, and then we have master gardeners stationed around to answer questions if people do have it. All of the funds go to programs in the city, so projects like at the libraries or schools or parks and things like that help. All the funds from what we make on the sale go to those kinds of programs. We grow a lot of the things from plants that we have. We grow them from seed, we grow them from liners, we buy things in from local wholesalers. So we can get usually better deals on most things. Some things it's harder to find, and we don't have those if it's not a really competitive deal for the most part. We may bring a few things in, like fruit trees, but you can probably find them cheaper somewhere else. We just can't purchase enough quantity to get a good deal to offer those.
So come on out April 23rd and 24th to get your plants for the season. Now, please do remember, wear your mask, maintain your social distancing while you're there. That's the benefit of being in a big parking lot. You can keep that distance, because just remember that not everybody has gotten their vaccine yet, so we want to continue those mitigation efforts until we reach that point. Learn more about the plant sale at cmgv.org. Well, every April, National Child Abuse Prevention Month, we take the time to recognize some of the many services that Chesapeake offers to keep our kids out of harmful situations. Now, after what has been an incredibly stressful year that found a lot of kids stuck at home for longer than ever before, these services have truly never been needed more.
For my program specifically, CASA, where we work with children who are involved in the court systems, our numbers have definitely gone up. We took a lull in the beginning of the pandemic, but we have definitely had an uptick in cases coming in as children are coming back in contact with those teachers, daycare providers, those kinds of people who were seeing them and knowing what was happening in those homes when nobody was seeing them outside in the community.
Well, I was abused and my mother was abused as growing up. My mom passed when I was 12 in 2001, and during the time of me and her going through what we did with my father, it wasn't until child support services was involved and everything, but it wasn't until an actual CASA was appointed to me in our case that things kind of turned out to be better than what they were happening to be. A lot of decisions were being made, but they may not have been in the best interest of me at the time. And so once CASA got involved and did their investigations, they saw that, okay, the person I'm currently staying with is not looking out for my best interests. Let's place her somewhere else. And ultimately, it put me back with my mom. She had kidney failure, and with my grandmother, who was a joint custody of me. So, and because of that, so I'm here.
Well, Chesapeake's public school kids are back from spring break this week, and many of them are learning in person. They are hopping on the bus and going into school. Now, of course, that means more buses are on the roadways. So I ask you this: if you're a driver, do you know what to do to legally and safely share the road with a school bus? You might think you do. Maybe you answered yes, but you would be shocked with how many people don't. I want to show you this footage. This footage comes from a Chesapeake public school bus on a Chesapeake roadway. This is actual footage from one of the cameras that was installed, I think about a year ago, on all of the school bus cameras to catch violators, because this is very serious. This could put a kid's life in danger. So if you take a look in this video, you're not only going to see people in vehicles on the opposite side of the road, going opposite direction of the bus, not stopping, even though the stop sign is up. You're also going to see people on the same side as the bus passing the bus while that stop sign is up, while the bus stop arm is out. This is incredibly dangerous and blatantly illegal. So this particular road is a 5-lane roadway, but that middle lane is just regular pavement. It's just another part of the road. If it were, say, a concrete median or a grassy median, then that would mean that the opposite direction of traffic does not have to stop. But that's not the case here. It's all pavement, all roadway. That direction, both directions should have stopped for this bus. So we're asking all drivers to kind of go jog your memory, go back to that driver's ed where you learned all the rules about school buses, and use extreme caution when you see them on the roadway. Make sure you're sharing the road with them and stopping when you're supposed to stop. Now, it was move-in day recently for the staff at 4 Kids. Staff is getting ready to serve kids and families from all across the region at their South Norfolk headquarters.
It's happening.
Big day, huh?
It is happening.
How do you like the office?
Oh, great. There's so much light. It's really all the office spaces have an enormous amount of light, so it's great.
107, B 107, A 107. Yeah, I thought it would be A. A 107 is by the front.
They'll be able to connect it to your computer, be able to project whatever you need to project here.
Oh my gosh, it's so
Very washable. And a sink. I mean, sinks are really important for art room. So we'll have a few more storage things coming in here. We want to have the flat drying storage for art as well. So we got more's coming.
great. I'm so excited.
We're going to be ready, and it's only going to get better. This has been a tough period of transition, but as we get in this building, I just toured some of my staff, and we are so pumped about what we can do in this space, the partners that can come in.
Super helpful though is that it's got the handle, because it looks like it's so exhausting where I'd have to lift this whole thing.
Yeah.
Instead, I have the ergonomically correct 2-finger handle to bring it back. That's solving a
That's the
problem
most
I
important
never
part.
thought I had.
We're going to be serving all of our cities and counties of Greater Hampton Roads. We actually put in our lobby here emblems for our partner cities that are all going to come together. And what I love about this is it's a truly regional and community project that is going to have a profound impact on the families and children in Hampton Roads. So we just need to get the doors open.
You can learn more about 4Kids and how you can help at 4kids.org. Well, the pandemic has truly been challenging for businesses of all types and sizes over the past year, but the Chesapeake Conference Center has truly stepped up to the plate and has adjusted their offerings to continue to serve the community in a safe way. And now they're being recognized for it. The Hampton Roads Chamber has honored the Chesapeake Conference Center as the COVID Business Resiliency Leader for mid-sized businesses. The COVID-19 Business Resiliency Recognition is the Chamber's acknowledgement of businesses in the region that have demonstrated resiliency, innovation, determination, and the agility to thrive during the pandemic and beyond. They received dozens of nominations, and their judges narrowed it down to 27 honorable mentions and 6 resiliency leaders. One of those was the Conference Center. How exciting! Congratulations to the Conference Center. You can learn more about this award-winning facility at ChesapeakeConference.com. Well, Chesapeake Recycles Day is back. Yes, after all of the events last year had to be canceled due to COVID, staff has been able to find a way to do it safely this year. So this Saturday, April 17th from 9 to noon, Chesapeake Recycles Day comes to Chesapeake Square Mall. Bring your electronics, your household goods for recycling, sensitive documents for shredding, and household hazardous waste for proper disposal. So if you plan to bring items, you should get in line from the Portsmouth Boulevard side of Mall Ring Road and just stay in your vehicle. Volunteers will remove items from your car for you, so be sure to place them in a location where they can get to them. And you can just stay in your car and drive through, and it'll all be taken care of for you. For a full list of accepted items and for more information on Chesapeake Recycles Day, visit cityofchesapeake.net/recyclesday. That does it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay healthy, and I'll see you right back here again next week.
Mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at 58 years old.
This disease just ravages a family.
It changes your life. If we work together, we can stop this epidemic. Now is the moment.
Contact Bright Focus and learn more.
Don't just learn history, live history. At the Great Bridge Battlefield and Waterways Museum, you'll experience life in 18th century Virginia. Discover the water that defined the landscape. Visit a colonial tavern and find yourself in the middle of the Battle of Great Bridge. Your next adventure begins at the Great Bridge Battlefield and Waterways Museum. All COVID-19 safety precautions apply. Go to gbbattlefield.org for more information.